Hello guys, good morning. Welcome, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Sound Talk Show. Today we are going to unbox the Glove80. Okay, this is the box. We are going to unbox it. Glove80 keyboard. There is Glove80. This is the Glove80, but they got a new switch, new lighter switch. So we're gonna unbox it. So this is Glove80. So let's do it. Yeah, so let me get my scissors, and this is not opened yet, so if you are here, say hi. If you are watching offline, feel free to skip around because I ramble a lot all over. Yeah. So that, then the side. Cha-ching! Thank you, Crystal. So Crystal, you got a Motron keyboard, but the bad thing is you got a brown switch, cherry brown switch, that is fairly heavy. I mean, if you haven't used mechanical keyboard before, you know, that's okay. But once you used mechanical keyboard, you'll find that is the Cherry MX Brown or Cherry MX Black. I think that's what you got. Cherry MX Black is even heavier than brown. It's the heaviest, basically, among Cherry switches. So let's open the box. Okay, my desk is such a mess, so you got this open, you gotta open that side. Okay. Okay, I think maybe that's it. So I'm gonna open it now in the front. Okay, there is, which side? Oh, there's one more. Okay, they glued this. You know, let me open this. You know, on the floor. So because in the front there's labels. I don't want to show the labels. So let me just open it. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So this just slide out. This is the carrying case. This is the best thing. By the way, carrying case comes free. It's included when you buy Glove80. Fantastic. So can you see? So that looks like. At last, the best keyboard you can buy, comfortably curved to match your hands, small enough to fit in your cabin baggage, tough enough to survive the journey, strong, light, and travel-friendly. We hope you will love Glove80 as much as we do. Yes, I do. For eternity? Yes, for eternity. So this is, and okay, so this is the Glove80. So this is the message, and in the back is the quick start guide. Since because I already have it, so I don't need to read it. So this is the, you know, this is really nice because Glove80 is hard to put in a bag because they, you know, it's kind of it's hard to put in a bag. But now they come with a carrying case, so it's fantastic. Let's open it. Zipper. Okay, hold on a second. Let me stop the playing over there. Okay, so now Sesame open. Okay, let's see. So let's move my keyboard away so we got some room. How can you see? Brown switch for the brown man. Hello, Damsick. Okay, so this is brand new, fantastic. So they come with a palm rest, which usually I don't use. So you can just unscrew it to take it off if you want. They just twist off. So any questions, ask me, okay? Now the first thing I'm excited to try is a switch. So this is, I believe this is 30 grams. So the one I have over here, you see the one I have here, it's 35 grams linear switch, okay? If you go to my my website, xali.info, search for Glove80, you'll find my reviews and lots of photos. And also I did a video review 1 hour long. So, and it has become my main. I've been using it, Glove80, for like almost a year now, or over a year. So this is now my main drive. So now, so the one I have is 35 grams linear switch. I believe it's called Pink something. Anyway, so this one is, I believe, 30 grams, so it's lighter. So let's see. Okay, I cannot immediately, I don't feel it's lighter, so but technically it should be, so we have to compare, okay? So anyway, we'll have to see. So there it is. If you have questions, ask, okay? So that's one side. Now the other side, now you see this case, carrying case, is so nice. So one comes, so this is, here is the other part. There they are. So let's put them aside. And 2 little pouches. Oh, very nice. Very nice little pouch. I believe these pouches are common in like 200 years ago or something. This is where you put your jewelries and stuff, or marbles. Felt pouch. So, is it open? Drawstring pouch. What's the technical name? Drawstring pouch. So there is the cable. So that's USB-A to USB-C. Okay. I already have. And this must be a bunch of keycaps and stuff. You wonder if Smartboard can displace Glove80. I mean, that depends on you. Like, for example, if you're gonna have a car, let's say you have a family, you have a Toyota or something, or you might, maybe sometimes you need to carry your boat. Maybe you bought a boat, you live in somewhere in the middle of America, so then you need a truck. So then you have question, is your truck gonna replace your Toyota or SUV or whatever, Tesla, or Tesla Cybertruck? And you only can have one, because, you can always have two. So that is a question. So anyway, so here is the keycaps for the Mac. You got, in case you want to change, Mac has, command and option. If you want to make sure the label is correct. And here's a bunch of screws. These are for tenting. If you want to, by default you can screw the legs so that you see back here, so they are you can screw it so it becomes higher, so it becomes like higher. But if you want more, that's when you need to use this, but the most practical way is actually just put books underneath. You see, I'm a very practical utilitarianism believer. Okay, so books is the most practical because you can, book is cheap, $1, $2 or whatever your book you already have, or used book, or stack of papers. Or stack of paper will also work. So you can replace them, or change height. So book is very practical. So right now I'm using a book. So anyway, so let's see. So I don't want to press the keys. Okay, so screws, keycaps, and what is this? Oh yeah, so the keycap pullers and a bunch of legs for the legs. Yeah. Okay, that's so very nice carrying case. You can see the Moergo logo there. Very nice carrying case. Okay. Okay, any questions you guys have? So now let's test the key switch to see how much lighter are they. Okay, my desk is crammed. Let's move this up a bit so you can see. So I need to, let's go to Notepad. Let's open a Notepad and let me just try it myself, okay? Something in the water. Something in the water. Something in the water. Okay, now here. Something, wow, something in the water. Wow, something in the water. Fantastic. Did you notice anything? Let me try again, okay? Now, listen. Something in the water, okay? Something in the water. Something in the water. Now, here. Did you notice? It's quiet, no sound at all. Fantastic. Something in the water, okay? Now the weight is supposed to differ by, I think, 5 grams. Okay, so it is lighter, so yeah, just a tiny bit. Yeah, so conclusion. Are you sure? Yes, I'm already sure. I will prefer this one. Okay, this is the new. Okay, let me show you where you can buy it and stuff. Okay, let me show you my desktop. Again, questions asked. Okay, so you can search for xali.info Glove80 keyboard, and there is my website. You got lots of photos and reviews. The full glory of the Glove80 keyboard, and so what I want to say is that they got a new keyboard, new switch. It just came out. So thanks to the Glove80 people, they sent me one. So where are they? So let me show you the new key switch. Okay, you can check out my keyboard blog because I update often, almost every day. So the latest news, if you go down, Glove80, there it is. So hello everyone. In partnership with Kyle, we are excited to introduce Moergo's first exclusive key switch based on Kyle's Silent Choke V1 key switch technology. So this is, so Glove80 with Kyle, the company that they created a key for them, I suppose. So this is a silent keystroke. It's true, fantastic, and 30 grams linear. Okay, so there's a 5-gram difference. Yeah, but I think I prefer this one for sure, the new one. And okay, now another feature is clear case to maximize RGB lightness. So let's try that. Let's shrink that. So let's press the key. I hope there's a battery, so. Okay, so you have to turn it on. Turn it on. It's on. Okay, so and also on the right side, let me switch screen. So on the right side, push button to turn it on. Okay, it's on. Now the left side, press the lower left corner to show battery status. Press. Oh, fantastic. Now let's compare. Okay, so this is the old one. Press this key. So press this key, compare. Oh, so it is brighter. Yeah, it seems like. Can we tell for sure? Let's see. Yeah, it is brighter. So can you see? You can't quite see, but I think it's slightly brighter. Okay. So I think that's it for today. If you have questions for me, ask it now. And otherwise, that's it for this video. Let's go back to my screen. If you have questions for me, ask it. Okay, let's put this here. Now, I am a keyboard reviewer, and I have, like, on my website, I have over 1,000 articles on keyboards, mechanical keyboards, key switches, everything you want to know about keyboards and mouse and trackball and other things. So for example, you have a collection of ergonomic keyboards and their history. So you got and lots of video reviews. So yesterday or 2 days ago, I reviewed this swap board. It's really nice. Okay, it's a like alternative input device. So I review a lot of keyboards. So I'm kind of well known for keyboard blogging. So many of these keyboard makers send me to review. So thanks to Glove80 people, they sent me one to review. I was very poor before. How did I started to write 1,000 articles about keyboard? Because I was very poor. I don't have, $30 to buy a new keyboard. But meanwhile, I type so much. I have hand pain. Like here, there's a permanent repetitive strain injury right here. Like, can you see me? Yeah, right here. So I've showed this many times. If you search, you'll find like a bunch of history. Starting around 2005, that's my first time got repetitive strain injury after already 15 years of typing. So anyway, there's a long story. I have an article detailing each. So in the beginning, I don't have money to buy, so that's why I read Amazon reviews. But I'm also a nerd, so I'm like reading it. Oh, but this got problem. But I check out the other keyboard, and and I have a habit to write notes, write things down. So that's how eventually I became obsessed. That's how I became have this huge keyboard blog and keyboard history. So that's, and on laptop keyboard, a lot of interesting things on laptop keyboard, such as, for example, the evolution of laptop keyboards physical keys layout. Your function keys, you see this is 1994. You have function keys in groups of 4. Very nice. Today it's hard to find that unless you buy ThinkPad. I think ThinkPad still do that. So so keyboard layout, evolution of laptop keyboards. They also used to, not so much today, but they also used to have the number pad section on laptop keyboards. And Apple, and okay, this is not Apple, but anyway, so keyboard laptop layout evolution, and many interesting details. For example, Microsoft, they started to remove the stagger. We have a stagger. Microsoft started to remove that. So anyway, the keyboard layout, then we have the bunch of keypads, programmable keypads, extremely useful, hand saver, keystroke saver. And so I got over 1,000 articles. Okay, that's a bit digression. Let me answer the questions, and that's it for today. Jason says, I'm currently using CC1 as my main. What is CC1? I don't know which one is CC1. And used to be on a Moonlander. Okay, Moonlander is a kind of popular ergonomic one. Okay, so let's see. What's the difference between this and old one? I just explained. The major difference is the key switch. Okay, so let's see what else. Anything else? Yeah, just switches. That's just a switch. So if you can make one major change to Glove, what would it be? It's hard to say. I mean, you see, when like that kind of question. So I suppose you are asking me, is there a flaw? What do you think? Okay, yeah. So it's hard to say. Okay, so because why? Because if you like some of the people picking out a keyboard, you like, especially many of the do-it-yourself people, like they didn't like that one, so they create their own. But they think it's perfect, but their own's got problems. So, for example, Glove80, okay? So, first of all, some people don't like the looks. They prefer this Kinesis, okay? I have it there. This is bulky and metallic, heavy. This is like military, use. So some people prefer the Kinesis 360 heavy. I myself, I don't like heavy, okay? Yeah, but so as for looks, I don't care much about looks. So for example, so you have the question, do you want that looks or not? But if you have that look, this is gonna be probably significantly heavier, okay? So there's lots of issues. So the feed, for example, I think this feed can be improved because every time you want to adjust the tent, you have to screw it, and so let's see if you can focus. Okay, and it's slightly wobbly, so that can be improved. Yeah, but so how you gonna do it? You see, you can't just change that without changing the nature and design of other parts. How are you supposed to? Let's magnify, okay? how are you supposed to improve? You have to be a designer. How do you design it? Sometimes you just can't if you go with this, or you just entirely different. You're just gonna have entirely different design. That's no longer have the advantage or pros and cons of this keyboard. It's gonna be all different. So if you ask me, is there something I like to change on the Glove80? Okay. Okay, I would like it to be two things that's feasible to change. One is that I like the programmability to be improved, to make it easier to program the keys. Right now, if you want to program the keys, you have to go to the website. Okay, it's slightly tedious. You go to the website, log in, then create a new firmware, download it, and then you press some keys on the keyboard and you'll update the firmware. It's not difficult, okay, not difficult, but it's tedious. Like, let's say for now, I want this key to be, let's say I want to swap these two keys. So I cannot do that. I have to go to the website and remember what create a firmware. That's so tedious. On some programmable keyboards, they have the on the fly programmability, such as this Kinesis 360 wired. Okay, let me do some comparison. Okay, so Kinesis 360 is also great. Kinesis 360 comes in two versions. One is USB wired, the other one is wireless. Okay, Bluetooth. Glove80 is Bluetooth, but you can also plug it in, so it's wired. But however, the two parts still talk in Bluetooth. Okay, but your computer you can turn off the Bluetooth on your computer, so the Glove80 still works if you have it connected, like I do, like here. You see, but however, these two parts, they talk in Bluetooth. Okay, so Bluetooth is the issue. Do you prefer it Bluetooth or not? If you have to be on the go, you must have Bluetooth. No choice. You don't want to plug in especially if you have a portable. I walk around. You don't want to every time plug it in. So Bluetooth is the issue. So Kinesis 360 comes in two versions. One is Bluetooth, one is wired. Okay, now the Bluetooth version to program the Kinesis 360 is more difficult. It's even more difficult than the Glove80. Okay, so you have to download firmware and stuff. It's more difficult. But the Kinesis 360, the wired version, that is trivial that's extremely easy to program the keyboard. You don't have to go to a website. You just press a few. It has the on-the-fly programmability. So if you want to say swap these two keys or change these two caps lock or change these two tab, for example, just press a few keys and there it is. Okay, that is the Kinesis 360. But for the Bluetooth, you don't have the on-the-fly programmability. So this is one thing I wish Glove80 can improve, maybe down the road. So far as I, you see, it's not easy to do because as far as I know, no other Bluetooth keyboard has this feature. Okay, important. Bluetooth. If you have a keyboard, programmable keyboard that's using Bluetooth, I think all of them has this issue of, it's a bit tedious to program it. You have to update the firmware. Okay. If it's wired, that's an entirely different story. But, Glove80 is Bluetooth, so you got this kind of issue. So that's one thing. I wish it to be easier to program. Okay. And by the way, it's open source firmware. So Z ZMK, I think it's all open source. So if you are a programmer, you can improve it if you want. So that's one thing. So what's the other thing I wish to improve? Glove80. Okay, easier to program. What are the other things? I like it very much, you know. So now, especially now, it's got silent key switches. Yeah. So I mean, so the feed can be improved, you know. Yeah, but you know, it's like it's hard to think about how you're gonna improve it. You know, it's yeah, I like it. So you know, so you know, I think that's about it. Oh yeah, the other thing is that again, this is I wish it can be such that it's completely wired. I mean, so they don't talk. The two parts don't talk in Bluetooth. So, but that means if they do that, that means I need to every time I need to use it, I need to connect left to the right. That's another issue. Like too many cables, like especially if you are traveling, every time you set up your keyboard, you take the two of them out of your bag, you know, they take them out of the bag, then plug the wire, that's tedious. So Glove80, it's Bluetooth, so and you don't have the wires, you don't need the wires in between. Okay, I think that's it. Let's see, any other questions? Okay, Model 100. That I talked a few times about Model 100. It was okay. Let me show you Model 100. Okay, this is Keyboardio Model 100. I think it's a great design, but they went over to the kind of luxury design philosophy. What they call like deluxe. What they have a word for it. They call themselves the let's go to their website. Okay, like silk something. They use a special word. Keyboard for people who take typing seriously. Okay, these okay, so the Model 100 designed from the ground up. Smart boards and so on. Precision field. Okay, so I know this guy kind of. I met him. He's a old, classic Perl programmer. So let's go to here. Model 100. They use a word to describe this deluxe thing. Do you guys remember what's the word? So how long I've been talking? 40 minutes. Introducing the Model 100. Okay, most beautiful ever made. Okay, let's turn on JavaScript so that you see many websites they require JavaScript. If you don't turn it on, the website looks kind of bad. So anyway, so so this Glove80, they have this deluxe look, luxury look, and it's made of wood. So the philosophy of this Model 100 keyboard is, I would say, the opposite, the extreme opposite of the Glove80. You see, Glove80 is a very like technical, technical and engineering, and without any fluff. So they don't, a lot of people don't like the looks because it's very light, super light. A lot of people like heavy. Heavy means good quality. The Glove80 is just extreme engineering. They there's a lot of details. For example, they made it this height very low. That takes lots of design to make it to make this possible. So anyway, a lot engineering went into it. But however, there's no there's no extra concern about looks. On the other hand, the Model 100 is like, they go for the luxury feel. Like I call it grandfather clock design, elaborate, wooden. Like classic Baroque. They went into that direction, which I do not like. And so and they have this octal feet. So how do they solve the tinting problem? They come up with this giant, huge, you see, this giant, huge feet. I call octal feet, and this octal feet, so when you want to design the tinting, one of the things you want desirable is that you should be adjustable, right, to all kind of tinting, but not with this octal feed. Basically, this octal feed is just one-way tint. So that's my, that's some of my thoughts on the parts. I don't like this deluxe or grandfather design philosophy, and it's made of wood. Do I appreciate the wood? No. I want it to be plastic. The space age, chemical, physics, material science thing. I don't want the wood. Yeah, it's natural, all right, but it doesn't do anything for me. So it depends on your taste and preference, okay? I got a phone call. So hold on a second. Let me see if I need to answer that. Okay, that's probably a scam. Okay, I think that's it for today. Now, if you guys like my stuff, donate, okay? Go to Xali website, xali.info, and, check out, my keyboard blog, lots of information and history of keyboards, for example, and ergonomic keyboard history back to 1935, this ergonomic mechanical typewriter. Then you got key switch guide, everything you need to know about keyboard key switches, rubber dome, scissor switch used in laptops, and Cherry MX, which is most familiar to you guys, to the keyboard enthusiasts. Topper switch, most famous for the happy hacking keyboard. Happy hacking fans, okay, they love Topper switch. Then low profile switch. This Kyle choke switch is what's used in Glove80, okay. So I got keyboard, so lots of 1,000 articles, and so if you guys like my stuff, go to donate, okay? Go to xali.info, and at bottom you'll see Patreon me, Amazon gift card me, PayPal me. You can also buy my tutorials. Two available is Emacs and Emac Lisp. That's a extremely advanced editor. If you watch Xal Talk Show, you see me demo it all the time. And the other one, more common, is JavaScript in depth. Okay, the best JavaScript, the most practical, the most accurate, the most easy to understand, the most correct, and the most in depth. You don't know JavaScript in depth, JavaScript tutorial, then all existing website or books, including Mozilla, including the best JavaScript books you can buy. Actually, I would say there are 2 or 3 JavaScript books that I consider equally good. Okay, one is by Douglas Crawford, his latest JavaScript book. The other, which is very good. The other one is by the guy who wrote the Rhino, the O'Reilly's JavaScript Rhino book, which is very thick. There's a new version about 3 years ago. That is also great. Another one is You Don't Know JavaScript. That I think is very good. And I think there's another one that's also equally good, which is if you search for JavaScript, Xali JavaScript book review, you'll find a list of them. Okay, so, but you can always check out mine. It's all online free, but if you buy it, you come with a zip file, can be used not on your phone, okay, but on your computer, laptop. So you can have instant reference, for example, and DOM scripting, creating the entire web page, web development without any framework. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. So Roman, did I answer your question? What's your opinion about Keyboardio? You have to say, okay? Okay, bye guys.